بگذارید بار دیگر تصریح کنم که هدف این جنبش به دست گرفتن قدرت به هر قیمت نبوده و نیست. هدف ما تضمین آزادی و دموکراسی به هر قیمت است و همچنان که بارها گفته ایم، همین که بر سر مزار شهیدانمان در خاوران باشیم برای ما کافی است. آرمان آزادی، برابری و حق رأی مردم است و هدف ما یک جمهوری مبتنی بر جدایی دین و دولت است که در آن همه ادیان و مذاهب از حق مساوی برخوردار باشند. و برنامه ما در این 3 کلمه خلاصه می شود: آزادی، دموکراسی و برابری.
We have got to stand with Ashraf. The Ashrafis in Liberty and in Ashraf have to know that we are with them, have to know that they've got your support, but have to know that they've got our support.
The best alternative to change in Iran is what President-elect Rajavi said. What we need is a democratic opposition in Iran, and that is those in this hall who seek to overthrow the most repressive regime in the region, more oppressive than Mubarak, more oppressive than Gaddafi, even more oppressive than Assad. Why are those countries that supported overthrow of those regimes not supporting the overthrow of the Iranian mullahs? The reason is fear. The reason is appeasement. The reason is we cling to the misguided notion that we can talk to the mullahs, that we can negotiate with the mullahs.
Whatever happens on the nuclear front, the only long-term solution, the only way out of the dilemma that the world faces is to overthrow the mullahs in Tehran, and I wish you good luck in that. Thank you very much.
We kept our promise in moving people to Camp Liberty. You keep your promise in keeping people safe and secure with basic humanitarian needs. This is the least the United Nations can do. Keep your word. We kept ours.
A message to be sent. It is not the people of Camp Ashraf who are breaking their word. It's the people of the Iraqi government led by Nouri al-Maliki who are breaking their word to the people of Ashraf.
I thank you for your courage and your dedication, and the courage and dedication of Mrs. Rajavi and the entire leadership of MEK.
Watched with grave concern the events of 2009 and 2011, those tragic events, and they only reinforced to me what I believe is the best opportunity for everyone: the rapid and safe removal of the MEK from Iraq. That the best way to facilitate this is the removal of the MEK from the list of terrorist organizations.
It's incumbent that all of the organizations that are here today continue to bring pressure to bear on that Iraqi government to do the right thing.
A short time ago, I sat in a courtroom and had to restrain myself as I heard my soldiers and myself denigrated by an attorney who said we didn't do our job at Camp Ashraf. And I listened as he said, the soldiers there never fully inspected. They never found any of the weapons that were there, and they were denied access to certain areas. Well, let me tell you, it was my responsibility to conduct those searches. And I used this very map to ensure that every square meter of Camp Ashraf was inspected.
As the first anti-terrorism officer for all coalition forces in Iraq, and later as the base commander of Camp Ashraf, I assure everyone the PMOI is not a terrorist organization.
We must defend the residents of Ashraf and liberty. We must defend what is right. We must defend freedom.
We will not be satisfied. We will not rest. We will not be silent until every man, woman, and child currently in those camps are known everywhere in the world as free people.
We must, instead of appeasement and accommodation, protect the lives of those at Camp Ashraf and Camp Liberty who remain in constant danger. We need to delist the MEK, not only because it is the legally appropriate thing to do, it is also smart policy.
100,000 of you came here today because you believe in democracy, freedom, and change. I am here to tell you that we hear you in the United States. And even more importantly, the regime in Tehran hears you as well, which is why they fear you as they do. Now, one of the curious aspects of the State Department's position on the MEK is when it looks at a country in transition, it looks at an opposition and says, is the opposition organized? I think we know the answer to that question. Is the opposition united? We know the answer to that question. Does the opposition believe in democracy? We know the answer to that question. Is the democracy inclusive? We know the answer to that question. So as you cry for freedom, they even hear you in Foggy Bottom. We know what needs to be done when we leave here. We need to go out and get it done.
And so this is the business of Western officials and those who support the Iranian people and free societies, to recognize the distortions by the MOIS about the MEK, to support delisting the MEK, and to champion straightforward Western norms in Iran, and to call for an end to the abuse of thousands of refugees in camps Ashraf and Liberty.
The people of Camp Ashraf and the people of Camp Liberty deserve freedom. They deserve freedom of movement. They deserve to live without the constant threat from the Iraqis who are there ostensibly to protect them.
Our goal should not focus on nuclear weapons. Our goal should not focus on temporary strategic deals. Our goal should be to assist the people of Iran in overthrowing the dictatorship and eliminating the dictatorship. Now, I cite this because it actually relates to what our strategy should be in Iran. I believe we should have a strategy working with every ally inside and outside the country who want to see the Iranian people have a right to freedom, have a right to free elections, have a right to the full equality and the full role of women, and have a right to live without fear of secret police, without fear of torture, and without fear of execution. And we should be committed to that kind of Iran.